So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Shakti Flow. Let's take a comfortable seat just for a moment, come into a centering, come into the body. Close your eyes and just feel the body, the density of the body as you sit still for a moment. Taking taking a little inventory of what's present. Maybe sending a little message to the cells in your body of joy, enthusiasm, movement. And we have regular daily movement that we do all day long, and that's what our body's used to. This particular movement, this movement on purpose, is to create more life force, to create more vitality, to create more energy. When I had my studio, the tagline was "Movement is life." And this month, Chris and I have been talking a lot about movement in our Healthy Habits Challenge, moving our bodies every day. And so today, as we move our bodies, let's do it with joy, enthusiasm, maybe a little curiosity, having a little inner smile as we move our bodies and create that vitality. So taking the palms together, holding any intention that you might have come to the mat with this morning. And allow the class and the practice in your experience to be exactly what you need. Take a nice deep breath. And then as you exhale, you can release your arms, open your eyes. And we're going to start on the floor this morning with a floss for our shoulders and our upper back and chest. Kind of prepare. So I want you to come to tabletop for me. And then once you're down into tabletop, bring your elbows onto the floor. Your feet can be relaxed, your palms are down. And what I'd like you to do here is think about activating the muscles around the upper arms, shoulders, and upper back. So I want you to press into your hands. Try to pull your elbows backwards like you're trying to slide them on the mat. And then let your hips move toward the wall behind you as you hold that action. You're going to get to a place where you can't go anymore, and then you're going to release it and come forward. See if you can come over your hands. So don't drop your pelvis. Keep your pelvis in the air. Push down, pull back, and start to move backward. Go slow with the movement backwards. Really feel and sense the action in your shoulders and upper back. Push, pull, and glide. So this is called flossing. And specifically in this action, we're flossing the shoulders. But it will translate into your upper back, chest, maybe even in your neck. The next time you go back, I want you to turn your eyes to the left, holding that head position as you glide backward. Come forward with a neutral position and then turn your eyes to the right. Try not to drop your head. Keep your head in a neutral position. Come forward, turn your head again. So keep pushing down with your hands, pulling back with your elbows as you move back. Then release it when you come forward. Nice and slow. Feel the action in your shoulders. And now this last one, do one in the middle with your eye center. Good. And then release it all and come up into traditional tabletop pose, but turn your palms sideways so that your fingers are pointing outward. Spread all your fingers. Turn your toes under for easy cat and cow. Tailbone lifts, eyes lift, heart lifts. And then flip your feet, rounding up into cat pose. Press into your arms. So easy movement, but with a different hand position. If you use your hands a lot, like if you're a computer person or maybe you knit or do things repetitively with your hands, you're going to create some overly tight areas with your forearms, wrists that translate into the thumb joints, commonly experienced as arthritis. Find neutral here, toes turned under. Keep your hands as they are and hover. 3, 2, 1, release. Now, if that puts too much weight onto your wrists and you feel like, that might not be a good thing, do more of the traditional hand. Okay? Hover. 3, 2, 1, release. Take a breath. Last one, exhale, hover. Good. And then relax. Traditional hands might feel better. Turn your toes under, downward facing dog. Now go ahead and pedal your heels here. And if your shoulders are tight, remember wider arms are better, wider hands on the mat are better. No sense in creating contraction in your shoulders where you don't need them. And then find stillness wherever your stillness is. And what I want you to think about today, Serena, sorry, I want you to create a contraction in your quadriceps. So it feels like you're pushing your quads or your legs backward, as if I have my hands on your thighs and I'm pulling you backward. Can you think about that? Don't worry about your heels and where they are. So take one more breath here, really engage. And then walk yourself to the front of the mat and have a wider stance. So feet to the edges of your mat, slightly turned open feet. Fingers are on the floor, or you could use your blocks here. Drop your hips down wherever you think you can go. Feet stay flat. So you might not go very far, don't worry about it. And lift your hips back up. Straighten your legs all the way, and then bend your knees again, sitting. And then straighten your legs all the way. One more time. Sit. Now stay in your sit. Bring your hands to your legs and push yourself to standing. Big inhale here. Keep your feet apart. Exhale. Come back to the mat and back to your legs. So I want you to press into your left leg like you're trying to push it away from you. Twist around. Look over your right shoulder. Now sit your hips down a little bit. So you feel that action in your inner thigh. Exhale, belly in. And then switch your sides. Press into your other leg. Turn, push. Exhale, belly in. And now let's go back and forth. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist and sit. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist and sit. And the lower you're sitting, the more you're going to lubricate the hip joints, some of the lower back. Don't worry about if you go far down. It doesn't matter. You're just trying to get your body moving. Last two. And last one. Exhaling and twist. Good. Come to center. Keep your legs where they are. Don't worry about how deep you are. Take your tailbone down and your belly engages. Lift your chest up so you're upright. Arms are up and open. Reach to the ceiling. Think about your pinky fingers going up and your tailbone going down. Lift all your toes. Good. Right hand to your thigh. Lean over to the left or left side, whatever side you're on. And then come up and switch. Good. Come up and switch. So if your quads are activated, that's a good thing. Most of us have weak quads. Good. One more time each side. You can do it. Keep your toes up. And over. And then bring yourself to center. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring your arms up over your head. Pause here in Tadasana. Hands down, palms down. Let me adjust my screen so you can see my head. So I'm not the headless teacher. All right, I want you to pick up a block. This is a warm-up move. I've done this before with you. It's a really nice range of motion and warm-up move. So you're holding the block at your chest, rib cage, kind of solar plexus area, and then pull like you're trying to stick it to your body and feel your upper back engage. Can you feel that? And then push it away from you and pull it back, squeeze back body. So instead of having your block up by your head, bring it down below your breasts so your hands are lined up with your elbows, and then push it away. And pull, squeeze shoulder blades. That's what I want you to feel. And then push it away. Last time. Now we're going to add around the head movement. So it goes around the head, comes back to the chest, push, pull. Around the head, push, pull, squeeze. Around the head, push, pull. Now I'm going to add another piece. Around the head, twist, come back to center and pull. Around the head the other way, twist, come back to center, pull. Around the head, twist, pull. Around the head. Now I'm going to add one more thing. Twist, pull, push away, sit and squat. Come back in. Around the head, twist, pull, push and sit. Come back in. Around the head the other side. And pull, twist, pull, push and sit. Are you confused yet? Around the head, twist, pull and squeeze those shoulder blades and push away. One more time, other side. Round, twist, pull, push away and sit. Awesome. Nice job. Set it down. All right. Warmed up. Feel pretty good. Come to a wide stance on your mat. So toes are nice and straight. You want to keep your legs engaged. So put your hands on your quadriceps, soften your knees, and notice how your quads aren't engaged. And then tighten the leg muscles. Really press. It feels like your kneecaps are moving back into the body. Can you feel your muscles? Hold that and hinge forward halfway down. And keep your hands on your quads to make sure you still keep doing it. Okay, can you feel it? And then come back up. So we're just going to do a couple of those, keeping this focus. Squeeze quads, push your legs backward like you're trying to press your knees back further, and then come back up. Because typically what happens is the quads will disengage, and then we'll end up kind of hanging in our tissues, hanging in our tendons, which is never a good idea. All right, bending just your right knee. Tighten this left leg, lean forward. Reach two arms out in front of you like you're trying to touch the wall. Keep this range and then switch your sides. Press this straight leg back. This is the one I want you to pay attention to. Press. Press. One more time. Press. And press. Now, I come to this, whatever the end of your mat is. Put your fingers on the floor and bring yourself around into a high lunge. Step back and you're in a plank pose. Find your plank pose. Breathe. Shoulders are down your back, belly's in. Remember, knees can go to the floor if you're tired or if you need that for your level this morning. Knees can stay off the mat. I'm going to put mine down. I want your elbows to glide right by your body like we were doing with the blocks. And you're going to lower yourself toward the floor, wherever you can go, and then push yourself away. Two more. You can bend your elbows an inch, or you can bend them all the way down. One more time. Down and up. Downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. All righty. Walking yourself to the front of your mat. Keeping your feet directly underneath. You drop your hips down, look forward. Take the arms out to the side. Come all the way to standing, palms together. And exhale, hands to your heart. Pause. Tadasana. All right. I'm going to work with weights now. I'm going to stay with really light weights because I just had body work and I'm not going to mess up what she did. But remember that the weights need to challenge you somewhat. If you haven't been to my class in a while, go light, play with that, shift it up if you need to. All right, so these are our little 2-pound weights. I can throw these around all day and it's not going to bother me. But my next ones up are 6s, so that's a little too much for me today. And I'm really going to honor my body worker. Would not like it if I work too hard today. All right, so shoulders on your back. Bring your weights so they touch. You can do this with one weight. We're going to do the same action we did with around the heads with weight. All right, so if you've got a heavy metal weight, don't hit yourself in the head. Go around to your right, twist, pull, squeeze your shoulder blades, push and sit. Come back together. Go around to your left, twist to your left, pull, squeeze, push and sit. Come back in. Go around to your right, twist, squeeze shoulder blades, push away. Go around to your right. Try to get behind your head. That's the big trick here. Squeeze shoulder blades, push. We do one more on each side. Go around the back of your head. Trying to work with shoulder range of motion. Squeeze, push. Last one, other side. Around, twist, squeeze shoulder blades, and push away. Awesome. Drop your arms, lift them out to the side. Drop your arms, bring them back to your chest. Arms out to the side. Strong legs. Can you remember your quadriceps? Down and out to the sides. Down and in. So we're working in the shoulders right at this moment. And we want to make sure that we're working with a weight that feels like it's challenging us. So if it's super light like mine, this is not hard for me. Again, I could do this all day. One more time. All the way around out. And come back to center. Good. Squeeze shoulder blades together and take your feet wide apart. We did this once already. I want you to press your quads back, engaging. Keep your weights against your body and come halfway down. And you're going to hold the legs really active. So every once in a while, just kind of check yourself out with your quads. You're going to drop the weight and open out to the side. Drop and bring it up to your chest. Every time your weights come up to your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades. Down and open. Down and squeeze. Down and open. Down and squeeze. This is rear shoulder and upper back, along with quadriceps. So keep activating your legs. You'd be surprised how quick they forget. Down and open. Down and squeeze. Down and open. One more time. Squeeze. Down and open. Hold the squeeze. Hold the legs. And we're going to come up, hinging from our hips, and then go right back down. Keep the legs. Try not to move your spine up and down. We're doing 6. As you go down, try to keep your hips in one spot. As you come up, little squeeze in the glutes. Down, keep the quads. Up, nice and slow. So we're thinking deadlift here, only we're not moving the arms. Last time, up, squeeze, down, and up. Good, stay up. Turn your right foot to the end of your mat. Put your back heel slightly back and bend your front knee. So you're in a warrior one-like stance. Take both weights in your back leg arm. So for me, it's my right leg. It might be your left. And I want you to look for the front of your mat. Shoulders are going to roll onto the back of your body. Tailbone goes heavy. And we're going to take the weight to the shoulder up. And then I want you to lean back or lean forward and reach back with your arm. Come forward and up. Come forward and down. All right, so upward with a bicep curl. Downward with a tricep extension. Nice and smooth. Front legs steady, knee over ankle. Back leg quadricep is working. Yeah? And back. And let's do one more here. And then we're going to stay back right here. Tricep, bend the hand and the elbow and extend the elbow. Bend and extend. Go nice and slow. If it feels too hard, get rid of a weight. Down, reach. Down. All right, 2 more. Nice and slow. And back. One more time. Hold the weight by your shoulder and upright you come. Straighten your front leg and come to the front of your mat. Switch your hands. Turn your other leg back or outward in your back heel and bend this knee. So you're in that warrior one stance, and turn your chest so you're facing your front foot. If you can't do it, your feet are too crisscrossed, just widen your stance. Other hand on your leg, arm down by your side, shoulders are on your back. All right, so curl upward and then lean forward and extend back. Upright to curl, down to extend. Front knee right over front ankle. It's a little teaser here. Working in your front leg glute while you move this arm around. And slow and steady wins the race. There's no race, but slow and steady. All right, the next time you come down, we're going to stay there. Arm is extended, shoulders are on your back. You're going to bend your elbow so your hand comes to your shoulder, and then extend back. Slow and steady. And reach back. 3. Remember, if you haven't bent for a while, you don't have to even use weights. Keep your back leg really engaged. Remember, front of the thigh, quadricep will go to sleep on you. Last one. In and back. Bring your hand to your shoulder. Upright you come. Straighten your front leg and bring your feet together. All the way in. Good. Separate your hands. Stand in Tadasana for a moment. Just give your body a chance to come to a neutral position. And then just ask yourself how you're feeling. Remember, discernment is a big part of moving the body, and having this sense of joy and enthusiasm and curiosity rather than dread. Dread and like, ugh. Because that sends the message to the muscles that you don't want to be there. It sends a message to the cells that you don't want to do it. And then they'll react accordingly. So enjoy what you're doing. All right, so let's set the weights down for a minute. Before I left on my trip, I was talking a lot about muscle and bone health. And one of the things that's really key is this lighthearted sense of freedom and joy and jumping. And I put something on my Facebook page, I don't know, a few days ago about jumping, and I got a lot of pushback. We're too old to be doing that, and our joints can't do that, and you shouldn't be telling us to do that. And I was like, wow, that's a big reaction. So if you feel that way, a little baby impact is better than none. And you could say, well, walking is that. Well, yeah, but your body's so used to it, right? So I want you to just stand in place and come up on off your heels and land. And land with a little impact. Up, land, 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 land. So you could call that jumping. Tighten your quadriceps. Core body's engaged. Now, if you're a little bit more active and you're not worried about it, you do a little bend, jump, bend, jump. Little one, jump, bend your knees, jump. So it's a little buoyant, 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 buoyant. So I've been playing with this, right? Yeah, look at her. Look at April go. Go. Yes. So you could play just like April's doing. You can stay in place. That's the easiest. Or you can take 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. Jump, jump, jump. If you're not doing that, stay in place. Jump, jump, jump. And you can move your arms, jump, and do what you can do for you. So I'm adding a little bounce in the middle because I'm going easy with my body. But you could go fast, 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 fast. Don't have to. Stop. Pause. So remember, little jumps, little bounces with your heels can impact the body. And the stronger you are, the more you build up. Jump roping is sort of the epitome of this idea, or jumping jacks. Remember the old jumping jacks, right? So if you want to do them easier, one leg at a time, but land, 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 land. Do it on purpose. Don't do little taps. That won't do it. Land, land. And then if you're feeling it, out and in, out and in. Now you see how I'm pausing in the middle? That's just me taking care of myself because I don't want to go too fast, work too hard today. And I'm going to go out for a weighted walk later. Do 3 more. So I'm trying to get this idea into your body that your bones need impact. Your muscles respond to that tension. So if you don't do it, you get weaker and weaker. Both bone and muscle, they work together. Go ahead and pick up your heavier weights, whatever that is for you. I'm going to stay with my light ones today. And we're going to work in the back body. So I'm going to turn so you can see. Easy chair pose, but I want you to lean forward on purpose. Arms are down, right in front of your knees. Weights are touching. So, toes are up, weights shifted back so your legs are active. Squeeze shoulder blades, pull. Down. Squeeze. Down. Remember, we're squeezing downward and in, not upward by your neck. Try to get that area around the lower shoulder blade. Women, it's your bra line. And you're just standing in the stationary position, tailbone heavy, core body's engaged, working on the back of your body. Last 3. Recovering is called active recovery from the jumping. And 1. Good. Now bring your weights to your chest or up by your body and come to stand. Take your feet wider apart again. We'll start with one hand at a time. So start with your hands at your shoulders. You're going to bend down and touch the floor and come up over your head. Release. Other hand. Touch the floor. Overhead. If that felt okay, try 2 at the same time. Touch the floor. Shoulders overhead. Keep going. 1 arm or 2, whatever you're doing. Squat enough so you can get your hands to the floor and your bottom down without your head going below your bottom. That's the key piece. You don't want your head going below your bottom. It'll make you feel dizzy. So this is range of motion in the hips. Of course, leg work and arm shoulder work. You should be in your heavier weight so you feel very, very challenged. Last time. All right, now bring your weights to the floor, bring your hips to the floor. Let the weights rest on the floor. Where are you in your hip range? Can you lift your toes? Move your hips around a little bit, kind of get in there. And then release it, come all the way up, straight legs, square your feet. And walk your feet wider apart so you're in wide-legged forward bend. Try to keep your spine long, so I'm up on my fingertips. Bend your one knee. Really engage the quadricep of the straight leg. So we did this earlier. Come up and over and bend the other knee. And every time you come over, remember, feel your leg muscle. Feel what it's doing. Up and over and squeeze. And up and over and squeeze. Now, if you're not at the top of your mat, go there. We're going to release and come around to a full lunge. take your right hand or whatever leg's in front up toward the sky. So a twisted lunge here. Belly button in, turning spine, turning highs, reaching hand. Release your hand, stepping forward. Switch your feet so you're on the other side. Now left hand or front leg hand goes to the sky. Back leg is lifted, so when you lift your back leg, your quadriceps engaged. When you bend your back knee, your quadricep disengages. So just know that. Exhale, hands down. Step back to your plank pose. Take a moment to find it. Press through your heels, reach through the crown of your head. Remember, knees can be up or down. We're going to do 3 more push-ups. Elbows glide right by your side. Go as low as you can go. And push yourself away. And push. One more time, all the way down. And up. Now go down and stay. All the way. Good. Walk your feet backwards, like you're trying to make space in your front of your pelvis. Reach your hands around behind you, palms down. Forehead on the floor. As you inhale, lift your hands, head, and shoulders, squeezing shoulder blades together, turning the thumbs towards the sky, and then release and come down. Do it again. Head, shoulders, hands come up, and then lower down. Very controlled movement. Next time, lift one leg with your head, hands, and shoulders. Lower down. Other side. Head, hands, and shoulders, and other leg. And lower down. And last time, both legs. Head, hands, shoulders, both feet. Stay for 3 breaths. Breathing. Focus. Shoulders on your back. That's the key piece. And then after your 3rd breath, exhale. Let your head rest on your hands. Pausing for recovery. Think of active recovery. And then from here, bend your left knee. Reach around with your left hand. Can you find your foot? If that's not available, you might want to grab your strap or grab your pant leg. Let your head rest on your hand and take your pubic bone to the floor. Pull your foot towards your buttocks. If you're not sure where your quadricep is, there it is. And then with your head on your hands, you're going to push your foot backward till your arm straightens, and then keep pushing so it lifts your head and shoulders off your head. So now your quadricep is active. Pull, stretch, release, push away, activate the quad in a bent-legged position, and lift. So this is a nice way to floss your knee and get range of motion in your quadricep. Most of us are tight here. We don't have the same focus on stretching and creating mobility in the quadricep as we do in the hamstrings. Last time, we're going to hold here. If you want more work, I want you to straighten out your right hand. Push on your right hand so you're up a little higher. Keep pushing with your left leg. Breathe. So you're solid on your pelvis, lower belly. Exhale, lower down. Head on your hands. Let go of your foot. And pause. And you might pay attention to how your legs feel. Usually the one that you just moved like that feels a little softer, more relaxed. That doesn't mean it's weaker. And then do the other side. Bend your right leg. Reach around with your right arm. See if you can grab your foot. Head on your hand. Anchor down your pelvis by pushing your pubic bone into the floor. And if you have more range, give it a pull with your hand so your foot comes closer to your buttocks. Not everybody can do that. And then push the foot away so the arm straightens. And then keep pushing so the head and shoulders come off the mat. and then pull, bring your head down, foot to buttocks, don't lose your pubic bone. Push away, activate the quadricep as you lift. Pull, letting it lengthen. So if you can feel tension around your knees, but it's not pain, don't worry about it. That's your fascia. You're hydrating and activating some of the tightness here, stickiness as I like to call it. Stay lifted on this last one, and then if you want a bigger range, straighten your left arm out, push. So your chest comes up more. So you're in a baby back bend, pushing your foot back, breathing. And last one, exhale, release, let go of your foot, rest on your hands, pause. All right, take your hands right next to your rib cage, shoulder blades on your back, push yourself away from the floor, and come into a child's pose for a moment. Keeping your arms nice and long, feeling and sensing into the lower back, the sides of your body, maybe your armpits. Try not to hunch up your shoulders by your ears. If you find you're doing that, take your hands wider. And keep your arms active here. That really does help create range of motion and mobility with your shoulders. Take one more breath. And then inhale, come all the way back up. All right, so we're going to lay down on our backs here. Once your weight's close to you, we're going to work with the chest muscle, which is a big muscle. It's a strong muscle, so you can usually use a heavier weight unless you have a shoulder injury. But right now, we're going to just bend the knees. And I want you to put your feet, ankles underneath your knees and have them wide as your mat. So we'll start with this action. And if you want more work, take one of your weights and hold it over your pelvis. All right, you can do one weight on each leg. Just have it part of your body. That's up to you. I'm going to not do that today. So I want you to push into both feet, lift your hips off the floor, and when you're at your highest range, bring your knees together to touch, open, and tap the floor. Lift, tap the knees, open, tap the floor. Lift. So you're doing a bridge action with wide feet, and then at the top of that range, you're asking your hip sockets to work. Asking your leg muscles to work. Do you have this idea of message of joy and enthusiasm, vitality, energy? So remember our mitochondria, we have hundreds of millions of mitochondria cells in our body. They're in every single tissue, every single organ. And mitochondria's job is to take in whatever we take in, whether it's oxygen or food or liquid, and turn it into energy. So most commonly we know this as calories in and calories out. But it can also look at when your mitochondria is healthy, you have good energy and your body will be able to move and do the things you want it to do without being exhausted. So when you move your body in a way that you're not used to, or I'm going to ask more of you, and your body's exhausted, your mitochondria are not functioning well. And then that's a whole nother layer of understanding. Last one here. All right, pause. Now take your weights, whatever you're using, bring them to your chest. Now we did this range of motion 2 other times. We're going to do it one more time here. I'm going to ask you to push your weight straight up from your chest and then open your arms out to the side. Bring your hands back together and bring them back down. So we did this when we were standing. We did it when we were bent over. So we worked the top of the shoulder, the back of the shoulder and upper back. Now we're working the front of the shoulder and the chest. So your weight again is strong enough where you feel some resistance, feel some effort, almost like it's too hard. If you can do over 10 reps, the weight's too easy. The action is too easy. So when I was out at my beach house, I was looking for ways to exercise. I didn't have any weights with me. And so I had a staircase, which I don't have here. So I was able to run up and down the stairs. I was able to do step-ups on the stairs. I was able to do push-ups on the floor, core work on the floor. So I was finding ways that I could use my body weight and make it harder using the stairs. Last time, when you get to your chest, let it rest. Bring your weights if you want. Again, we're going to do another set, but a little different. Weights on your hips or not. Bring your feet together this time with your knees touching. Shoulders are resting on the floor. You're going to push up with your feet together and your knees together, and then open your knees out to the side. You're going to roll to the outer edges of your feet. Close your feet and knees and tap the floor. Lift, open. So ideally, you're trying to lift your hips away from the floor far enough where when you're in this range of opening and closing your legs, you feel a little challenge. Yeah? So if you lift your hips just an inch off the floor, it might not feel like much. So find your range and tap. Try to tap the floor, not rest on the floor, keeping that muscular tension going. This is one of my favorite actions anymore for leg and hip mobility, strengthening in a way that you can't do when you're standing, because you're using a little bit more of the smaller muscles, real specific, pointed. And if your legs are getting tired, that's not a bad thing. Remember the fueling of your body after class. I am going to eat, even though I had some protein, I am going to eat some more food after. And I want you to remember that women especially have a 45-minute window post-exercise. So if you do not fuel yourself, all the effort that you did was for nothing. Go ahead and pause. And really, that's my biggest message anymore. Bring your knees to your chest, give them a little hug. Because for years, I didn't understand this concept of fueling. And of course, I was living in the fat-free world, which meant lots of carbs and lots of sugar and not much protein or fat. And did my body a real disservice. So just what I'm doing is I'm experimenting with different things to see how I feel and what my energy does. Good. And then go ahead and rest. Leave your left leg down, take your right leg to the sky. You can hold it with your hands if you like, but I want you to remember that if you keep your knee bent, your quadriceps relaxed. Can you push your leg into your hand, tighten your kneecap, and now your quadriceps engaged? Yeah? And then flex and point your foot. Flex and point your foot. Good. Next time you flex your foot, leave it that way. Press your leg into your hand and then slide your hands up towards your ankle wherever you can go. And I want you to keep looking at your quadricep because it will relax. Push, make it work. Slide your other leg down and lift it just a little bit off the floor. So now both legs are really active. Head is off the floor. If you don't like this action, you can put one hand behind your head. Okay, looking at your leg, I'm going to ask you to switch your legs 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your legs really straight. Don't bend your knee. 8, 9, 10. You should be on the other leg. Go ahead and relax. Right leg now is on the floor, the one you just were working. Hands come behind the thigh again. Press your leg into your hands to activate the quadricep, and then flex and point your foot. And as you do that, you're going to be really tempted to pull your leg in, really push your leg out, make your quadricep work. If you're not used to this kind of movement, or action, your quads are going to be tired, like Serena's were. Flex your foot and keep it there. Slide your hand up along your calf or ankle, wherever you can, and press your leg straight. Now on this side for me, I have a real strong habit of relaxing my knee. So push, I have to really pay attention. And then other leg down, off the floor, both legs are straight. You can stay here or you can switch. 10, 9, don't bend your knees. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, don't bend your knees. 2, 1, good. Relax knees into chest, pause. So if you found that hard, it's mostly because your quadriceps disengage all the time. And if you wonder why your knees hurt or you wonder why your back and hips hurt, that could be the reason. All right. Bring your legs together, cross your right thigh over your left thigh, and hop your hips over to the right. Take your arms away from your body and twist to the left with your legs. Finding a place where you can pause, breathe. Noticing, so we're working in the right outer hip. If you try to squeeze your legs together, you're going to get a little bit more action in the hip muscle, and that's really good actually. And then notice what you're doing with your shoulder, chest. Can you find a nice stretch and activation in the armpit chest? Maybe press the back of your hand and arm into the floor. Nice deep breath here. And then inhale, come up. Switch your legs, bring your hips back to the middle. Thigh over thigh, not ankle over knee, and then hips over to the left as you drop your knees over to the right. Your foot is ideally going to touch the floor or something. And then try to squeeze your legs together, looking for action around the outer hip and armpit chest on the left side. And breathe. So the more you activate the muscles when you stretch like this, the less excessive pulling on the connective tissue you do. So a lot of people that overstretch, they might be super flexible and they just like to overstretch. They end up having all kinds of joint issues because they've relaxed the connective tissue so much that now there's no more stability. Good. And then release and come to center. And if you're not sure what I mean, I'll show you. So bring your feet to neutral, bring your hips to neutral. Now, let's do the normal cross, ankle over knee cross, normal. But this time, put some distance between your ankle and your knee so you're not resting on it. Push your foot a little to the left and then release it, but keep it off your knee. So now you're working a little bit more in that hip socket, stretching it like you're trying to bring your foot toward you, but you're not resting it. And this will give you more juice in the muscle. And then wherever you are, take your right hand, grab your ankle or your big toes, take the leg out to the side. Your left knee can bend out to the side if you want to keep yourself stable. Breathe. And then let it release. Let's try the other side just for funsies. Ankle over knee like we always do. And then lift the foot off of the knee and start to gently pulse the foot slightly. And as you're doing that, try to bring the foot closer and closer to your head, not to your belly. Try to keep it in that same range. And the instinct is to grab your foot and pull, right? But see if you can do it without doing that. It's a lot more challenge. And then reach down, grab either your ankle or your foot or your big toe, and take the leg out to the side, letting your opposite knee fall to the side, keeping your body core stable. Pressing through the big toe, straightening your leg as much as you can. And then release and come to center. Good. Both knees to the chest. And a little hug. Take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, bring your head up towards your knees, and if you can, reach down to grab your feet. So some of you will grab your ankles and pull and bring yourself closer in, like you're trying to squeeze yourself into this tiny little shape. Push into your hands, push into your feet or ankles, whatever you're holding on. Exhale, release, and come down. Good. Reset pelvis by lifting it up once and then lowering it down. Good. And then just pause here for a moment. Let your knees come together, feet come apart, constructive rest pose. Hands on your body. You want to take a moment here to breathe into the belly. Start to regulate your breathing. So even inhale, counting maybe to 4. Small little pause, and then even exhale to that same number, whatever it is you're doing. And then a small little pause at the bottom. And if it starts to feel like you're manipulating your breath too much, you might be trying too hard. So just back it up. So if my count was 4 and I felt like that, I'd back it down to 3. And let the pause be just a natural stop of the breath, and then the exhale falls right after it. And let the pause be a natural part of the breathing, and then inhale right after it. There's always a little pause somewhere in the cycle. And when we're trying to regulate the breathing so that we regulate our nervous system, we want them to be the same. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause, all the same. When we're trying to create more energy, we want to increase the inhale and the pause. When we want to decrease our energy, maybe get away from anxiety thinking, we want to increase the exhale and the pause. Right now, do it evenly. Do one more cycle. And as your body recovers and you start to feel calmer, the breath, if you're doing this even breathing, the breath will fall into a longer rhythm naturally. So maybe you were at a 3 and then you noticed you could go to a 4, and then you noticed your body wanted to go to a 5 or a 6. So let that happen. That's the body's natural rhythm. It's allowing for more oxygen exchange to happen, more energy in the mitochondria. And then as you finish that last exhale, you can slide your legs down, open your arms away from your body, finding your way to Shavasana. Another way to calm your mind and your nervous system is to cover yourself up with a blanket, or maybe put something like a weighted something on your pelvis. Letting yourself fall into stillness.
Take a longer and deeper breath. And begin to stretch and move, coming back to your body. And as you feel ready, you can bend your knees and roll to a side. And slowly bring yourself up to sitting. Once you're seated, hands are at your heart center. Pause here. Just acknowledge the way your body feels, the energy that you might be feeling, the excitement, the joy, the vitality. Yes, I can move my body. Yes, I will make more new energy. Yes. Movement is life. And gratitude, as always, for our time together on the mat, our deep body wisdom and guiding light. May our light always shine brightly, and may we always see the light in each other. Namaste.